Pisces, welcome. We're going to do your reading for April 11th, the week of April 11th. We are going to look back into the past a little bit. That just helps me to see what's been going on so I understand why you are where you are now. It could also assist you in deciding if this is your reading, right? And then we're going to take a peek into the future. We have the Rider. And we've got some bad health showing up here, but this could be about healing as well. So I might pull some extra cards there. So we've got this donkey spirit last week. I love this card. I know the donkey is kind of an interesting and odd animal to get, but I don't know if you've ever spent time around a donkey. They're the sweetest little things. It says, keep your heart open no matter what. It's this very loving, innocent energy, right? So I do feel like you've been making a conscious effort to keep that heart open. And then this week we have the Arrow. It says, surround yourself with protective energy. So I feel like we're trying to strike this balance between staying open, but also being careful with our boundaries, like knowing where to set them so that we can stay open, we can stay true to ourselves, but we're not just putting ourselves out there on the train tracks, right? We do have a message coming in here with the Rider. This is some sort of communication. Somebody might be traveling in order to deliver this message. This is Nine of Cups energy. So this is dreams come true, wish fulfillment energy, right? So we're going to see what that's about, especially tied up to this particular bad health card here. So again, this could be like healing energy. This could be an apology coming in for something that was injured, right? We just have the Two of Wands and the Star pop out. So you might be, trying to make some decisions here when it comes to your next steps, your destiny. It could also be that you're dealing with an Aquarius or a fire sign that needs to make a decision. All right, let's see what's going on here for Pisces. Make sure to hit that like button, subscribe, share with another Pisces if you feel inclined to do so. Leave a comment down below and be sure to check out your other placements as well. And just know that when you do actively engage with the channel, when you hit the like, when you subscribe, when you comment, that sort of thing, it helps the algorithm to recognize the channel and puts the channel out there for others to find. So it's very helpful to me. So I appreciate that. We have the Seven of Cups, the Six of Cups, and the Hierophant. Justice, the Ten of Cups. Look at all this love energy, and the Moon. King of Swords, the Eight of Cups, and the Seven of Wands. I feel like you're standing very strongly in your own values here. And I like that, of course, because you are, again, trying to remain open-hearted here and loving and generous and nurturing, but we're also, striking a boundary here. And we're standing up for that boundary. We know that we are worthy and we are valuable, so we are taking a stance to protect ourselves and essentially put the energy out there like, this is what I accept, this is what I don't accept, right? We have the Seven of Cups, Justice, and the King of Swords. I do feel like there's been maybe some indecision with regards to an air sign here. Could definitely be a Libra, Aquarius, or Gemini. Libra here strongly. Aquarius and the King of Swords is typically the sign that I pick up on for the King of Swords. I do feel like you've had to make some choices here. as to how to handle something, how best to strike that balance between being open but not so open that you put yourself in a questionable situation, right? I do feel like we're probably dealing with either a family dynamic here with the Six of Cups. This could also be a soulmate energy, somebody that you have some history with, a deep love with this Ten of Cups. I actually feel like Pisces, that the love that you have is so strong that it's actually part of your protective energy. It's almost like, this is kind of a silly saying, but like kill them with kindness kind of thing. I don't feel like that's your intention. But I feel like you express so much love that you actually make it difficult for people to come at you with anything but love, right? So I really like that. We do have the Eight of Cups here, so there could be a situation that you are walking away from. But with this Eight of Cups, the imagery is kind of interesting. It's like we have this river of love here, and these two cups, the energy from the Two of Cups has been kind of intertwined. And then we have the Six of Cups lining either side of the river. So this could certainly be you kind of combining your energy with someone else here. A lot of love energy here. We do have Venus just having recently entered Pisces, so I've been seeing a lot of lovey-dovey energy. So that's a positive thing. We have the Hierophant, the Moon, and the Seven of Wands. I do feel like you're on a spiritual journey here, a spiritual path here with this Hierophant. I do feel like you've had to learn a lot of spiritual lessons here, and that's helped to kind of open up your perspective in a lot of ways. And I'm thinking interdimensionally, not just in day-to-day mundane life. With the Moon here, there's a lot of intuitive energy around you as well, kind of like this eye above the Hierophant. To me, it doesn't represent the third eye, but that's kind of what I'm feeling with that at this time. I do feel like there's perhaps some sort of, with the Moon energy here, there's something being hidden. It could be emotions, it could be truths, it could be a number of different things. I actually feel like this writer's coming in with a message of apology here. Perhaps there's been something that's created a rift or some sort of bad health in a dynamic here that's being acknowledged. But we will clarify and see what we have there. We have the Knight of Cups, so this message of love, so that lines up with this writer here. We have Temperance, somebody wanting to heal something, the Fool, Eight of Pentacles, King of Cups. Ooh. Could be a new beginning here with someone who's ready to put in their love and effort. Could also be a reconciliation energy here with the Three of Cups. So, or it could be both, right? We could have someone new showing up and someone from the past. We will figure it out. Let's see what we got here. So again, this last week we have the Donkey. It says keep your heart open no matter what. So it takes a lot of strength to do that, right? And you can kind of think of the donkey as a beast of burden, right? So it's kind of like your cross to bear, in a way. So when we're keeping our heart open, that's not typically the first reaction, right? If we get injured or something happens, we typically close it down to protect it, right? We put up barriers or walls to kind of protect that heart that has been injured in some way. But the donkey here is willing to take on the burden of what that's going to be like to keep that heart space open. So it's not easy. But there's definitely this lovely, like, innocent energy around the donkey spirit here. So let's clarify and see what we get. Seven of Cups, Justice, and the King of Swords. And I just saw the Seven of Cups again, so we're going to figure out what that's all about. Seven of Cups. We have the Death card. These two want to come out together. The Chariot and the Five of Swords. It does feel like we are making a decision here to close something out. Close out something that was perhaps putting us in a position of being an option. With the Chariot energy, that's Cancer. We also have some Scorpio here with the Death card. But it's like this was probably a very difficult choice to make. But at some point, something had to end. Something had to come to a close. Perhaps it was a pattern. Perhaps it was a way of relating. Perhaps it was the fact that with this Seven of Cups energy here, there was just too many options. So you might have been dealing with someone that was making you an option. Like maybe they had several other love options here, and that put you in a lot of conflict energy. It put you in this Five of Swords kind of place where you're fretting about it and you're conflicted about it. And I do feel like it's because, you know, you're doing your best to stay in an open-hearted place, but you have to have a certain level of boundary here. And with the Chariot, that's taking control, putting on that emotional armor. Like the Chariot is wearing armor. And kind of taking control of a situation, directing things in a way that best suits you. Now for others, it could very well be that this was just a choice that you needed to make. And perhaps it was kind of sitting on the table for some time. And it was causing you a lot of stress to come to a conclusion here. But I do feel like that choice has been made. With the Justice card, we have the Ace of Cups and the Two of Pentacles. So again, this decision energy showing up here of whether or not to perhaps come into balance, to have a new start in love here. I want to get one more on that Two of Pentacles. Seven of Pentacles. So it's like we were in this energy of waiting for someone else to make a choice here, I really feel like. And I feel like being in that waiting energy, putting work into something and there being indecision, right? Or there being a situation where no decision was being made. It's like, I'll just have it all. I don't think that was sitting well with you, and I do feel like you kind of had to strike your own balance here and take charge, right? You had to make the choice, I feel. And that might be, for some of you, if you're dealing with a lover or a romantic interest here that was putting you in that situation, you might have had to choose, I'm just going to go out and find my Ace of Cups elsewhere, right? For some of you, I do feel like your intention here was to have a balanced relationship with this person, to bring things into balance together, for things to kind of karmically flatten out. And I do feel like you were ready and willing to work on that with this person. But I do feel like they were indecisive. Let's look at this King of Swords. We have the Hierophant. So you very well may have wanted a commitment with someone here, and they were looking at that cup like, yeah, I don't know that I want that. So it may have felt like this person was disinterested in commitment, some sort of higher level, or taking the relationship to the next level. So if you were dating, maybe you wanted to be exclusive. If you were living together, maybe you wanted to get married. You know, whatever that is for your situation. And it does feel like this King of Swords energy was maybe looking at this commitment with a bit of aggression, like they were fending it off or untrusting, it feels like, because you can see this King of Swords, he's got that sword up and out, right? So, but what I really like about this, even though this was probably not an easy situation for you to encounter, what I do like about this is that even though you were kind of dealing with, you know, some difficult energies here, 4 of Cups, 5 of Swords, this 2 of Pentacles, 7 of Cups, it was like there was a lot of confusion around this for a certain amount of time. I think you ultimately stuck to this Ace of Cups energy, keeping that heart open, being open and ready and willing to give love to something, even if it meant it wasn't with this person, right? So I feel like you tried to honor yourself in that way. So I do like that. But again, I do feel like you had to make some choices here where you did have to arm up a little bit. So let's look at this next week. So this is the week of the 11th. We've got that arrow and it says surround yourself with protective energy. So let's see how this story is unfolding here. There's definitely a lot of love here. So that's, I don't feel like that's in question at all. The 6 of Cups. We have the 4 of Pentacles. Okay. And the 5 of Cups. So it could very well be that you're having to kind of guard up a little bit towards this person in particular. I do feel like you're trying to do that because you don't want to have this 5 of Cups energy. You don't want to have pain. You don't want to get hurt, right? I also feel like you're kind of guarding up and trying to stand your ground here with this 4 of Pentacles. But putting up that boundary doesn't feel maybe so good, right? Like, because I feel like you're typically, for whoever Pisces this is resonating for, you're typically like just open, flowing love energy, right? And that's pretty typical of the water signs, right? It's until we're taught that that hurts. And I feel like with this person, you've probably been very nurturing and loving, and having to put up a boundary might feel weird, might feel uncomfortable even for you at first. Let's look at this 10 of Cups. We have the 6 of Wands. And the Hermit. Interesting. I actually feel like deep down I like this. I like this a lot because I actually feel like deep down you've already decided that this connection with this person was a success, no matter how it goes forward. Deep down, you know this person is a very strong soulmate connection. There's a lot of love here, and that hasn't changed. It's been steady. I also feel like for some of you, you might feel that by pulling back a little bit here, by setting some boundaries, by maybe creating some space between you, that there will be a better chance at a victory here for both of you, right? So if you're really looking to come out balanced, to have that equal give and take, this boundary here is needed because it will lead to some success, right? It could also be that there's a conscious awareness on your part that by kind of pulling back, setting the boundary, you're giving this person an opportunity to look at things a little bit differently, because I feel like up until this point, they've had constant and full access to you and to your heart. So take that as it resonates. We have the 8 of Cups. We have the Empress. I do feel like you're definitely going to walk in the direction of your highest prosperity, fulfillment. There's an evolution taking place here. We also have the King of Swords again. So you may very well be moving on, moving away from this person. But again, you know, there's this combo of these two cups here. So I actually want to clarify this a little bit more. Like, what is happening between this King of Swords and this Empress energy? We have the Queen of Cups, so that's you. There's, again, could very well be a strong intuitive connection. Again, lots of love here between both of you. We have the Tower. I want more. That's not telling me. And the Six of Pentacles. So, you know, for some of you, this distancing is exactly what is required to cause a rattle in this person, in this King of Swords energy. And I don't feel like it's because you're withdrawing love. You're just simply not pouring that cup all over this person, right? Like, there's boundaries here now. There's distance, maybe even a little bit. There is time for reflection. And perhaps you've even kind of shared some of these thoughts with this person. But I feel like perhaps it may very well instigate them to come forward and put in some effort here with the Six of Pentacles. They might just be enticed to provide this balance that you've been seeking at the point where they feel you slipping away a little bit here, right? So let's look into this future position. We have the Hierophant again, the Moon, and the Seven of Wands. So I'm going to push that out of my way here. And we still have that Knight of Cups on the bottom of the deck, so I do feel like there's some sort of love offer. Phew. Excuse me, I had to sneeze. All right, Hierophant. Boom. We have the Lovers. Eight of Swords. Okay, so there's still some overthinking going on about this situation, about this, and that I feel pretty strongly tied to that ill health here. It's like we're getting stuck in our heads about this in some way, or someone is. I actually feel like it's probably this King of Swords here. With the Moon, what's this? We have the Four of Swords. And the Three of Cups. There's fears here about this reconnection, this reconciliation, this coming back together. But there's still this healing energy around it, intuitively. I'm going to say, now, of course, free will is involved here. Your decisions, their decisions, completely out of your control. But I honestly feel like this is just a bump in the road here. This Eight of Swords, that is not going to last, right? This fretting about commitment, there's going to be something that shatters that. And I feel like while there's this unknown of whether or not it's going to come together, I feel like on a spiritual level, an intuitive level, like you already know, you can already rest in the fact that it's going to be healed, that there's going to be some healing, some sort of love offer here. With the Seven of Wands, we have the Queen of Wands. Definitely standing in your power here, Pisces. And the Three of Swords. So I do feel like this is you being like, my heart is open, but it's just not open for the breaking here. Like, you're not going to just trample on my heart here. That's why these boundaries have been put in place. And you're really standing up for that. You're standing up for the fact that you're worthy. The Queen of Wands never questions her worthiness. She is so confident in her worthiness, she's able to attract in what she wants here. So I really like this as well. Like, you're definitely standing up for this. Let's get some more. Yeah, Ten of Swords. There's been pain here in the past, probably separation. Nope, and Six of Swords. Like, we're moving into a better place about this. I kind of want more here because of this Rider. Oh, I just saw Judgment at the bottom of the deck. So I do feel like this person's just going to come right back in and resurface. Let's get some more on this Hierophant Lovers and the Eight of Swords. Three of Pentacles. You know, we're getting a lot of threes here. I've got to say it. 3, 3, 3. The Seven of Cups here. This person could very well be dealing with a third party. Now, it doesn't feel like this is like cheating energy, because I actually feel like you and this person are separated. If anything, it feels like the efforts leading up to this point were to come back together into a commitment here, have a fresh start, reconcile, and heal something. What? Yeah, so that, for me, that confirms it. There's someone else's influence here. And I feel like that's part of why this person's stuck in their head. Now, this could just be a friend that's being like, no, don't do that. Are you crazy? Right? It doesn't have to be another mate or another lover or prospective romantic partner or what have you. Now, for some of you, with all these threes showing up, this Rider, this ill health, it could very well be that you come into this realization that that's the thing that's slowing them down, that's stopping them, that's keeping them stuck in their heads about commitment. And it's because they've been maybe kind of keeping it on the down low that there's someone else here that they have an interest in. Right? I'm feeling not satisfied with this conclusion here. Because I do feel like it's both. I feel like you're probably dealing with someone who can't make up their minds about someone else. You're probably also feeling very strong in your position here. Again, I do feel like there's a message of love coming in here. We got the Knight of Cups at the bottom of the deck, this healing temperance energy, Eight of Pentacles, someone wanting to put in the effort, and the King of Cups, which is your match. We had the Queen of Cups, didn't we? Yeah, there she is. And the Three of Cups. So, and the Four of Wands? Yeah, so, but it's not quite telling me when this communication's coming in, at least in the tarot here. I want to get some more on this Rider and this ill health here. I'm going to get some more for Pisces coming into the next week. We have the Sun. So there is happy news showing up here. Again, could also be some Leo energy there, and it's an Ace. So there's an offer being made. We have the Train. So there could be some travel involved here. This is this can also be seen as distance, and I do kind of pick up on that already here. Maybe wanting to heal the distance between you. What it kind of feels like, especially with this Three of Wands here. He's kind of like looking out into the abyss, waiting for his ships to come in. So I don't think this person likes that there's distance between you. They're wanting to kind of bring that to a close. Let's see, this Moon, Four of Swords, and the Three of Cups. We actually have the dog here. So if you've been questioning this person's loyalty, I feel like that's being renewed, or you're going to be provided with reassurance here. So for some of you, that may very well mean, oh, here we go. We have the letters. So it's this message of loyalty, this dedication. This is this emotional investment here, because the dog is loyal. So it could very well be that this message is coming in. I want to heal this. And perhaps what you are finding out here is that if you've been questioning a third-party energy here, I feel like that's been eradicated. Even if there was one here in the past, I don't think that's actually what's happening anymore. It's interesting how this is evolving. I'm probably spending way too much time on this. Let's see. Oop. Yeah, this Queen of Wands under. We get the safe. So again, it's like I'm keeping my goods locked away. You can see how in this depiction they're kind of spilling out here. It's like I'm protecting myself from this madness of indecision or lack of commitment. Since we got the Lenormand out here, let's look at this. Okay. Oh. Okay, so the Hermit, Six of Wands, Ten of Cups energy, I definitely felt like there's someone here thinking about, deeply reflecting on this Ten of Cups, seeing it as ultimately it's already successful in some ways, right? There's already a deep amount of love and connection here. And, but, you know, we can look at it with the Six of Wands here. It's like, is this going to be successful? Is it going to be able to turn into the Ten of Cups? And then we got the Lion and the Mountain here. So there's a lot of pride involved that's needing overcome. And that's, I actually feel like, on the part of the person you're dealing with here. Okay, we'll stop there. And look, bottom of the deck. The Man with that Ace of Cups. So I do feel like this person's going to come around. They're going to get out of their head. They're going to have a bit of a shakeup here because of your departure. And I do eventually see things kind of slowly working their way in the direction that you originally desired, right, with this person. So have some patience. I do actually feel like this is probably going to take more than just next week to unfold. But I do feel like you'll kind of start getting some messages, I want to say messages of concern even from this person, because they see you kind of distancing yourself, and I think it scares them a little bit. So I will see you next week, Pisces. Thanks for being here. Bye.